I'm willing to bet Nezuko is gonna be the demon-slaying daywalker. Kinda like Blade, but more quiet.
Welcome back, my avid anime addicts. And if it's your first time here, welcome to
Anime Bunseki.
Of course, I'm your girl, Saya.
And I'm Slow. We're back with more Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
A quick summary of the previous episode before we go on. Our main protagonist, Tanjiro, had his entire family slaughtered, except his sister Nezuko, who is turned into a demon. A demon slayer Gyu shows up and decides to spare Nezuko, sending the siblings to Mount Sagiri in search of Sakonji Urokodaki.
Episode 2 promises to be action-packed. Let's not waste any more time, we're getting right into it. So the episode begins with Tanjiro showing us his expert bargaining skills. Tanjiro is trying to get a straw basket and some bamboo from a farmer. The farmer offered to give them for free, considering the basket was full of holes, but that just wouldn't do. Our main character is a bargain hunter. He smacked some coins in the farmer's hand and got what he wanted for a deal. It's a good thing his mother taught him how to haggle before she was, well, you know.
Sigh. Too soon, Slow. Too soon. Tanjiro was planning to use the basket to carry Nezuko and shield her from the sun so they could keep moving during the day. Gyu had instructed them to head for Mount Sagiri and seek out an old man, Sakonji Urokodaki. But Nezuko, being a demon, had to avoid the sunlight.
You know, the more you think about it, the more these demons seem like vampires. The fangs, the blood magic, the vulnerability to sunlight, the hunger for human flesh. I'm willing to bet Nezuko is gonna be the demon-slaying daywalker. Kinda like Blade, but more quiet.
So Tanjiro weaves the basket with bamboo and asks his sister, who was hiding from the sun, to climb in so that he could carry her.
And it's a perfect fit. There's no way any sunlight will get her now.
Luckily, Nezuko is able to alter her body size and shrink just enough to fit the basket.
Tanjiro wrapped the basket with cloth and continued his journey to Mount Sagiri. Asking for directions, a lady points him the right way but warns that it's not safe, and people have been going missing lately.
Tanjiro seems unfazed by the warning and continues his journey. He travels up until nightfall and Nezuko is able to walk freely. They happen upon a temple.
Ah yes, hallowed grounds, sacred lands, divine solace. Surely this holy building will provide a safe refuge for... Oh no, damn.
Tanjiro smelled blood and rushed to the temple expecting to find someone injured. Instead, he found a demon feeding on humans. Demon is puzzled as to why Nezuko, another demon, is traveling with a human. He swiftly attacks Tanjiro, who reacts purely on reflex, slashing at the demon's neck with a hatchet.
The attack does not faze the demon as he demonstrates rapid regeneration abilities that the demons possess, healing his wounds in seconds. Nezuko is standing mesmerized in a trance-like state, staring at the dead bodies, drooling like a starving kid watching the Food Network for the first time. Her demon instincts trying to overpower her while Tanjiro struggles to fight the demon in the background.
After hearing her brother struggling, Nezuko snaps out of her trance and literally kicks the demon's head off.
Nezuko sent that head flying for a field goal. Hut, and just when you think it's over with, the decapitated body gets up to attack. I wasn't prepared for what was about to happen.
The demon head sprouted hands from its neck and attacks Tanjiro while Nezuko fights with the body.
Now, obviously our heroes were outmatched. This called for strategy. This called for planning. Tanjiro had to use his head. And I mean literally.
Tanjiro headbutts the demon's head and pinned it to a tree using his hatchet, then goes to help Nezuko, knocking the demon body off a cliff where it fell and died.
You would think the fight is over with at this point, but nope. These demons are harder to kill than cockroaches. The head was still alive.
Tanjiro knew he had to finish off the head, but just couldn't muster the bravado needed. This is when a mysterious old man wearing a goblin mask appeared behind Tanjiro, telling him stabbing the head won't work.
The alternative presented was crushing the head with a rock.
Ew!
I know, Tanjiro must have thought the same thing, because he just couldn't do it.
So the old man is revealed to be Sakonji Urokodaki. Surprise, surprise! Oh my gosh, we knew! He notices Tanjiro hesitating to kill the demon and is disappointed, thinking to himself, Tanjiro won't do no matter what you thought.
The sun eventually comes up and the demon is vaporized right before Tanjiro. After burying the bodies that were killed by the demon, Urokodaki harshly scolds Tanjiro, telling him he's too slow to make decisions and his resolve is too weak. Damn.
Urokodaki states that he'll test Tanjiro to see if he's fit to join the Demon Slayer Corps. Tanjiro was to follow Urokodaki on a long run while he had his sister in the basket on his back.
Tanjiro was barely able to follow Urokodaki as they came to a cabin in the woods as the sun was setting, which would mean they were running almost all day considering that when they killed the first demon, the sun was just rising.
Tanjiro felt accomplished. Fatigued, he breathlessly said he had passed the test. But Urokodaki stated that the test had only just begun.
They left Nezuko in the cabin and Urokodaki took Tanjiro up a mountain trail. The fog was thick, the air was thin, and Tanjiro was exhausted. Urokodaki tells Tanjiro that he has to make it back to the cabin before sunrise, then vanishes in the fog.
Tanjiro thinks it's him against the mountain. Perhaps Urokodaki expected him to get lost in the fog, but as he stumbled down a pitfall, Tanjiro soon realizes that there were traps hidden to stop him.
Using his superhuman sense of smell, Tanjiro quickly sniffed out all the traps.
Sigh.
But even though he could pinpoint most of the traps, he wasn't fast enough to avoid all of them. It was still a struggle making his descent.
This scene was really good. The narrative so far showed us how weak Tanjiro's resolve was, but his determination to make it back to his sister, to brave the traps, to pass the test, represented the strengthening of his resolve.
Tanjiro made it back before sunrise, battered and bloodied, but not beaten. His resolve strengthened. Urokodaki reflects on a letter that Yu had sent him beforehand about the siblings. He spoke highly of Tanjiro and had asked Urokodaki to accept him as his student. Urokodaki looked at Tanjiro with hope and admiration. Well, we don't know. He kinda has a mask on. We can't tell how exactly he was looking at him. But he did accept Tanjiro as his student.
And that was episode 2 of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Remember to look out for our weekly uploads for the next episode and feel free to follow us on Twitter or support our Patreon, guys. No pressure.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to the end, why not leave a like and subscribe? Please comment and let us know if you enjoyed this and what other anime is currently on your watch list. All our links are in the description. Until next time, guys.